This is part 10 of LINQ tutorial. In this video, we'll discuss ordering operators in LINQ. Order by descending, then by descending, and reverse. All of these standard query operators belong to ordering operators category. Order by descending, then by descending can be used to sort data. Reverse method, on the other hand, simply reverses the items in a given collection. Let's look at a few examples. Let's flip to Visual Studio. Here I have a new console application. All I have done so far is created the student class with these three properties: student ID, name, and total marks. In addition to these three properties, we also have this static method get all students, which is returning list of student objects. And if you look at the implementation, here we have a variable of type list of student, and at the moment this list contains 4 student objects, and finally this method returns that list back. So now what we want to do is sort students by name in ascending order. So let's flip to Visual Studio. So within our main method, first let's go ahead and print the names of the students in the current order they are in. So console.writeLine student names before sorting. Let's create a variable of type list of student. Let's call the students equals, let's make use of our student class, and the static method, it contains get all students, which is going to return us the list of student objects. Now let's use a for each loop through each student. So for each student as n students list, all we want to do is print out student name. So console.writeLine s.name, and then let's print an empty line onto the console. So console.writeLine, and now we want to sort students by name in ascending order. So again, we are going to make use of our student class, invoke get all students method, which is going to give us the list of student objects. And to sort students by name in ascending order, we are going to make use of this order by extension method, and then specify our lambda expression s such that s.name. So we want to sort students by name in ascending order. And if I hover the mouse over this order by extension method, look at what this method is returning back. It's returning back I ordered enumerable of student. So let's create a variable of type I ordered enumerable of student, and let's call this maybe result. And all that is left is to use a for each loop through each student. Let's call this s1 in result. We will go ahead and print student name. So console.writeLine s1.name. But before we actually print student names, what we want to do is print this statement: student names after sorting. Alright, so let's go ahead and run this. Notice that student names after sorting, they are sorted by name in ascending order. Okay, now if you look at the example that we have on the slide, notice that for the result variable, we are using I enumerable of student, but here we are using I ordered enumerable of student. Now if I use I enumerable of student, is this still going to work? Let's look at that. Let's go ahead and run this. Look at this, the same output. So how is it working with both I ordered enumerable and I enumerable? That's because if we go to the definition on I ordered enumerable, that actually inherits from I enumerable. So that's why we can either use I ordered enumerable or I enumerable to store the results. Right, let's look at example 2. So what we want to do now is rewrite example 1 using SQL-like syntax. So instead of using the extension method syntax style, let's use SQL-like syntax. So from student in student.getAllStudents, what we want to do is we want to order by student.name, and we want to order student names in ascending order. So I can optionally specify this ascending keyword. Now this keyword is optional. Even if you don't specify it, by default, students will be sorted in ascending order. Okay, and what we want to do is select student. Alright, so now let's go ahead and run this and see if we get the same output. Look at that, the students are still sorted by name in ascending order. Now let's look at example 3. What we want to do is sort students by name in descending order. So how do we do that? So let's make use of our student class dot get all students. Now we are going to make use of order by descending extension method. So order by extension method is going to sort them in ascending order. Order by descending is going to sort them in descending order. So order by descending s such that s dot name. That's it. And again, if I have the mouse over this order by descending, it's returning us I ordered enumerable of student. So now let's run this. So notice that student names after sorting, they are sorted in descending order. Example 4, let's see how to rewrite this using SQL-like syntax. So from student in student.getAllStudents. Now what we want to do, we want to order by student.name in descending order, and we want to select such student. Now notice that when we use SQL-like syntax, we don't use order by descending extension method. Instead we use the order by keyword and then specify descending keyword, and you will have to specify the descending keyword after the property name. Right, so let's go ahead and run this now, and notice the output. The students are still sorted by name in descending order. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.